Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture of C programming. You have just learned how to write a C program. Now it's time to understand various important terms like tokens, keywords, and identifiers. Like any other language, C language has also some set of symbols and some set of characters. When you have written your first C program, obviously you used various characters and symbols. And that combination of characters and symbols collectively known as character set. And a character set in C programming can be divided as alphabets, digits, special characters and white spaces, where all the uppercase letters and lowercase letters are the valid alphabets. Also in C language, capital A is not used as same A. Okay, we cannot consider these two symbols as same. So a C language is a case sensitive language. Also the valid digits are from 0 to 9. All the numbers or strings, we will use only these digits to make words or strings in C language. And all the special characters you can see on your keyboard. Okay, so these are the valid special characters. Okay, we will use only these special characters in our C program as a syntax. And the valid spaces are blank space, new line, carries return, and horizontal tab. So here you can see that there are some valid symbols and characters. Basically, can be considered as a character set of a C program. When you will write any C program, you will use only these kind of symbols or character. So it is very important to understand the character set. Also, you cannot write your C program in such a way that you will not use suppose theta or epsilon. So these are not the valid symbols. So for any language, suppose we speak in English language. So English language has also some valid symbols like letters, alphabets. Digits are not the valid symbol for English language. For the same way, C language has also valid symbols, and that symbols can be considered as a character set of C language, where you can see that the character set has alphabets, digits, some special characters, and these white spaces. Okay, now let's take a look on our first C program. What you saw here in a first C program, some group of symbols and characters. And this group of symbols and characters are either a punctuation or a word. And these are organized. Now again take a look on each punctuation and word of your first C program. These punctuations and words are known as tokens in C programming. So we can say that in C programming, each word and punctuation is referred to as a token, and these are the smallest building block of a C program. And the compiler breaks a program into token and proceeds into various stages of compilations. Further, a token is divided into 6 different parts as keywords, constants, operators, special characters, strings, and identifiers. In today's lecture, basically we will discuss keywords and identifiers. Also, you have learned what is a special character, and here another term is that operators, constants, and strings. So strings are basically some group of symbols. Nothing but it is a group of symbol. Suppose you connect some alphabets with digits and with special characters, then it becomes a strings. Operators are something it is used to operate some instructions. Suppose you want to add two numbers, then you will write 2 plus 4. So here plus is an operator. and also constant here. 2 and 4 is a constant. Okay, so now let's take a look. What is a keyword? Now, keywords, right? In C programming, when you write any word, that can either a keyword or an identifier, where meaning of keyword is fixed. These are the reserved words. You cannot use these words as a name of variable or as a name of identifier. So we can say that keywords are predefined reserved words that have a special meaning to the compiler, and they cannot be used as an identifier and always written in lowercase letters. And here you can see that these are the 32 keywords in C programming. These are used as data types, also used with any loop or switch case, and it can be used for decision control programming structure. These are everywhere in C programming, and meaning of these keywords are fixed. Okay, so you cannot use these words as a name of variable or as use as an identifier. This is very important. Now, identifiers, right? So these are also tokens, C tokens, and we will not use identifiers as keywords because identifiers are user defined, and basically we define identifiers, and keywords are predefined and their meanings are fixed. So what is an identifier? So an identifier refer to the name given to any elements like variables, functions, structure, etc. Okay, so we will define the name of variable, functions, structures, and that name should be unique. Okay, so this is basically an identifier. It is a name given to entities like variables, functions, and structures, and it is not predefined. So basically we define the name of identifier, so we have to follow certain rules. And what are those rules? As first is that the first character of any identifier must be an alphabet or an underscore. Okay, and what is a valid identifier? Okay, so you do not define any name as an identifier. So if that name has letters, digits, or an underscore, then that should be a valid identifier. Okay, suppose you start writing that identifier from other symbols. Suppose you have started from a dollar sign with a small bracket, that should not be the valid identifier. Okay, and also the next rule is that we will not use a keyword as an identifier. Okay, when we will define a name of identifier, then we will restrictly not use the keyword. Okay, and also the last rule of defining a name of an identifier is that we will not contain any white spaces character between the name of identifier or anywhere in the name of identifier. Also, there is no any restrictions how long the name of identifier, but it should be meaningful. The name of identifier should be meaningful. And now this time you only observe that the name, how can you identify the name of an identifier? In the next lecture, basically I will talk about variables. Okay, and there you can understand how can you define a name of a variable, and you will follow these rules, and you can see practically what are the valid identifiers or what are not valid identifier. And this time you have only understand, okay, that what is the difference between a keyword and an identifier. You cannot use that keyword as the name of identifier. Okay, and in the next lecture also I will write some program where you can see the use of keywords and also the use of identifier. Also we will use variables. And this is end of this lecture. Thanks for watching. If you like the video on C programming, then you can like this video. Also you can share this video with your friends, and if you have any doubt, you can write in comment section. We will help you, and please do subscribe the channel.